Tyrel, you know what? I know you were injured for a lot of the road trip, but what did you see from that? You were on the road trip. What did you see from your team as they reeled off 5 of the 6 wins?
Yeah, it's exciting. Great performances. I mean, the team right now is feeling a lot more confident. The room is really close. We're playing hard, solid efforts every single night for whole games. Lots of learning always in situations like these, but we got our mojo back and we're reading off each other really well.
And, obviously you'd rather be in every single game if you could, but what kind of perspective did you gain on your team watching from above and seeing what they were doing on the ice?
Yeah, you're right. You want to play. Sometimes injuries or other circumstances happen, but it's a very powerful tool to be able to get the opportunity to watch. Sometimes it can kind of be a hidden gem if you use it properly. So, I mean, you get to kind of see where your space is. You get to kind of see, maybe your partner or your line mates where their tendencies are to go. You get to see forwards and their forechecking patterns and things of that nature. So if you watch intently, you can learn a lot from up there.
One of the things we tend to focus on, or folks tend to focus on, is highlight reel goals or guys who are accumulating a lot of points. Sometimes it's the guys who don't necessarily accumulate a lot of points but are having big impacts. A guy like Nicholas Jones, for example, who does a lot of things, doesn't necessarily get rewarded. I'm thinking specifically that Simon Lundmark screen when he scores in Milwaukee, that if he's not screening, goal probably doesn't go in. So is he kind of one of those character guys that you guys look to and say, like, this is a guy who brings a lot to our team, even if he's not, I mean, he did get his 100th AHL point the other day, but he's not necessarily on the score sheet every night, but he contributes a lot to this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody on every hockey team's got a role. So you're right. There's a lot of players out there that do stuff that doesn't make the stat sheet, doesn't make the highlight reels, but every single person inside that locker room appreciates, respects, and it's much needed. So Jones is definitely one of those guys. Real big presence in the room. Brings the guys closer together, and then he plays hard and plays the right way on the ice in areas that we need him to.
Speaking of guys who are getting on the score sheet, Henry Nikkanen goes first 35 games, no points. Even though he's still doing a lot of things, he's not getting that reward. What have you seen from him in the last 7 or 8 games where he's put up 5 goals, 4 assists?
Yeah, out of Nicky, just great perseverance. I mean, you got to bet on yourself and believe in yourself, and that's what Nicky did. He was trying to play the right way and play hard every night, despite finding yourself in a situation that you don't like to see sometimes. So he stuck with it, and it paid off, and he got rewarded for it. That's props to him and the team around him for banding with him and sticking with him and trying to build him up. And we're happy for him. He's doing really well, and he's impacting us win hockey games.
You know Thomas Milic quite well. You obviously spent a lot of time with him and in Seattle and now in here. What are you seeing from a rookie goaltender who played 5 of the 6 games and was named AHL Player of the Week today?
Yeah, Tommy. I mean, I've played with Tommy for a long time. I've never had a doubt in Tommy. I've believed in him the whole way. I've stood by that for years. So to see it kind of all shape up for him is incredible, and he deserves it, and he's going to keep it rolling. We'll keep playing hard, blocking shots in front of him, and nobody gets to touch Millie or deals for that matter. So he's going to keep that rolling too, help us win games.
I asked Thomas about this when we just spoke to him, but that idea of the love you guys get from Seattle, and it seems like whenever we talk about you or talk about him on social media, there is a lot of people who just are constantly talking about how much you guys meant to that group. People saw you give him a hug after the win in Chicago. They love that. So what does that mean to you as a player to still have that sort of love and admiration for folks back in Seattle where you played? Spent so many years.
Yeah, I got a lot of time for the Seattle organization. They were nothing but great to me. 4 years. That goes from coaches, staff, obviously teammates, the culture we set up there. But like you said, first and foremost, the fans. The environment every game and the support we felt, during our up years and our bad years was incredible. And just going out after games and being able to have conversations with folks and learn about them and, speak to them, connect with them was really special. And those relationships do last. So it's really cool to be able to see that support carry on. And I just want, if they're watching, it's much appreciated.
Just to kind of wrap it up, but you had a big role in that game in Chicago to close things out. What did it mean to get back into the lineup and answer the bell and then ring the bell when you were challenged?
Yeah, it feels good to get back in the lineup and kind of build off what I thought I was doing before. just learn and keep growing. I want to help the team win hockey games. The team is doing phenomenal right now. So, you don't want to come in and disrupt too much, but you also want to do what you can do to try to impact hockey games. I think I showed that, or at least try to, and wish the best for everybody. But we're going to keep this train rolling and see what we can do here at home.